Welcome to the True Guy Globe Brief Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for updates. Lars Jensen never planned to stay. His ticket was for a 6-month contract, just a brief tropical interlude in a long, distinguished career. The Philippines was just a place on a map, a temporary assignment to train young cadets at a flight school near Clark. He imagined humid days, unfamiliar food, and a quick return to Denmark. The plan was simple, efficient, and logical. He packed for the heat, but not for the warmth that would come from the people, the kind that melts well-laid plans. He was a man of schedules, yet his life was about to take a beautiful, unscheduled detour. He arrived on a sweltering May afternoon, the air thick with rain and diesel. The initial weeks were a blur of adjustments, chaotic traffic, a melodic language, and the absence of Copenhagen's quiet order. But in the cockpit, things changed. The young Filipino students looked at him with an eagerness he hadn't seen in years. They wanted more than mechanics, they wanted the soul of flight. One evening a student invited him to a family fiesta. Lars, used to distance, hesitated, then went. He found himself surrounded by laughter, music, and strangers who treated him like family. That night, under unfamiliar stars, something shifted. The contract felt less like a deadline, more like a new beginning. The Philippines began to feel like home. The chaos became rhythm, the language familiar, and the sunrises unforgettable. Lars Jensen, the man with a return ticket, stopped looking at the calendar. He was no longer passing through. He was home. The Philippines offers more than technical flight training. It's a vibrant tapestry of life, culture, and adventure. On days off, European instructors become explorers, diving in Palawan, trekking Banawe's rice terraces, or relaxing on Siargao's beaches. Nature here is therapy, a counterbalance to the cockpit's intensity. In Europe, weekends mean chores or crowded cities. Here it's island hopping, waterfalls, and surfing. This lifestyle recharges the spirit and reminds pilots they're more than their profession. The cost of living allows for a quality of life often unattainable back home, less stress, more freedom. Pilots pursue hobbies, support communities, and live fully. The warmth of the climate is matched by the warmth of the people. Filipino hospitality, pakikipagkapwa tao, means foreigners are genuinely welcomed. Instructors are invited into homes, included in celebrations, and integrated into the community. This sense of belonging is rare in Europe and often the final reason they stay. They come for the job, are captivated by the beauty, and ultimately stay for the human connection. The Philippines transforms a temporary job into a lasting home. The skies may be the same, but aviation culture in Europe and the Philippines is worlds apart. European schools are efficient and formal, with strict hierarchies and standardized training. The focus is on machines, regulations, and flawless execution, sometimes at the expense of passion. In the Philippines, learning is relational and holistic. Instructors are kuyas or atis, mentors, not just authority figures. Students feel comfortable asking questions and sharing anxieties, building trust in the cockpit. Training becomes a shared journey, not just a transaction. In Europe, piloting is a prestigious technical career. In the Philippines, it's a dream for entire families, a symbol of hope. This passion is infectious, reminding European instructors of their own love for flight. Teaching styles adapt, more patience, encouragement, and empathy. A word of praise or a shared joke can be as effective as a technical correction. Instructors learn to teach the person, not just the procedure. This cultural exchange enriches both student and teacher. They become better communicators, empathetic leaders, and more complete aviators. They're not just teaching flight, they're nurturing dreams. The experience transforms both sides, making them better pilots and people. For many European pilots, moving to the Philippines is a response to the rigidity of their home industry. Europe's aviation world is safe but often sterile. Pilots feel like cogs in a machine, passion eroded by routine. The Philippines offers escape, a growing industry with a pioneering spirit and more autonomy. Instructors have real influence and their experience is essential. Here, rules are balanced with relationships. Authority comes from trust, not just rank. This fosters a stronger safety culture. Students are more likely to report mistakes and voice concerns. It's a shift from compliance to shared responsibility. Pilots trade high salaries for richer experiences and connection. They rediscover the freedom, adventure, and magic of flight. In the Philippines, they're not just employees. They're mentors, pioneers, and cherished community members. For many European pilots, the Philippines is a journey of rediscovery, a new flight plan for life. In Europe, pilots are defined by their titles. Here they become individuals with stories and lives beyond the airport. They reconnect with neglected parts of themselves and join a community that values them as whole people. The flight school becomes a professional family, sharing meals, celebrating milestones, and supporting each other. This camaraderie contrasts with the isolation of long-haul flying in Europe. Beyond the airfield, they're welcomed into Filipino homes, attending fiestas and family events. They experience genuine cultural exchange and see the world through new eyes. The Philippines becomes a second home. This sense of purpose and belonging improves well-being. Pilots feel more relaxed, fulfilled, and happy. They replace stress with mentorship and isolation with deep relationships. They came to teach but stay to learn, grow, and belong. Here they chart a new, more joyful course for their lives. The relationship between European instructors and Filipino students is a partnership of mutual growth. Instructors bring technical expertise and global standards, preparing students for international careers. In return, Filipino cadets offer infectious passion and gratitude, reminding veterans of their own first love for flying. This exchange creates a unique learning environment. Teachers impart the how, students remind them of the why. The bond is powerful. Instructors pass on a legacy, students inherit a dream. Instructors learn about Filipino culture, resilience, and optimism. Students gain a broader worldview and confidence for a global industry. Both emerge as better pilots and people, enriched by the shared journey. It's true symbiosis. Each side lifts the other higher. The cockpit becomes a place of transformation for all. European pilots are inspired by the powerful stories of their Filipino students. Many cadets are the first in their families to pursue aviation, supported by collective sacrifice. Their motivation is immense. Their success is a victory for entire communities. Instructors witness students traveling hours or working nights to chase their dream. These stories humble and inspire, putting challenges into perspective. Knowing the sacrifices, instructors become more patient and invested. Every lesson gains meaning. They're helping fulfill lifelong dreams. The students' optimism and resilience are contagious, creating a hopeful atmosphere. The whispers of hope from their students become a guiding wind beneath their own wings. At its core, this is a story of reconnection, rediscovering the joy of flying. In Europe, flying can become routine, the magic lost in efficiency and automation. In the Philippines, training returns to basics, small planes, direct contact with the elements. Instructors feel the thrill of flight again, teaching students their first takeoff or landing. The landscape, volcanic islands, turquoise seas, makes every flight an adventure. The sky becomes a canvas, not just a highway. Through teaching, connection, and pure flying, instructors find their passion again. They reconnect with the younger selves who once looked up at the sky with wonder. They're not just teaching others to fly, they're reminding themselves why they fly. The journey brings them full circle, restoring the magic of flight. In the Philippines, they rediscover the freedom and beauty that first called them to the skies. The story of European pilots in the Philippines points to a new collaborative model for global aviation. It's a win-win. Experienced aviators share knowledge, Filipino cadets gain global opportunities, and both sides grow. This partnership strengthens the aviation ecosystem, more resilient, diverse, and human-centered. The exchange breaks down stereotypes and builds bridges of understanding. Flight schools become microcosms of a global community. Even in a technical industry, the human element is critical. Connection and mentorship drive innovation. The skies have no borders. Globally minded aviators are ready for an interconnected world. These pilots aren't just training others, they're charting a course for a more compassionate future in the skies and beyond.